Kia ora, Canterbury, and welcome to Canterbury Live on Thursday, the 14th of May. Well, just want to touch on old Prince Harry, not literally, but did you see him with the haka last night in the news? Yes, in his army uniform. He does look dapper, doesn't he? He had 20 minutes with the New Zealand Army to learn their haka, and tell you what, he did his family proud. The passion he showed in his eyes would equal, I would say, an all-black game. And that's a chap that did it in 20 minutes. So, shame on you if you don't know the haka. If that boy can do it in 20 minutes, there we go. But anyway, big ups to Prince Harry. Rightio, New Zealand Music Month. Yep, you can hear Neja Mystic in the background. We have that awesome Logitech UE Mega Boom to give away. Very cool indeed. Now, to win this very special prize, which of course it is being very, very popular, it's an awesome giveaway we've got this month. All you need to do is just go to our Canterbury Live Facebook page, make sure you like it, leave your details, and it could be as easy as that. Now, the movies. Mad Max is coming out. Did you hear about the whole kerfuffle in Sydney? Oh my goodness. The council thought it was a great thing to shut down midweek in Sydney just so the Mad Max cars could go through. Well, you can head to Hoyts and see that movie, courtesy of the Hoyts family. Over my shoulder, we've got some great merchandise from the New Zealand Music Month team. Fantastic black on black t-shirt, or one of these awesome bags. And as well as that, the beautiful Ira Mitchell-Kirk. Over to the left, we have that beautiful painting that could be in your home or your business. Now, for all of these, you just need to call through to us on 3777 033 or go to our Facebook page. We have a very, very special day today indeed. We are catching up with author Rodney Laredo. Now, he's crafted a beautiful book that some could say is a modern day version of Downton Abbey. We love that, definitely. And we head out to St Andrews. Through the earthquake, they lost their chapel and are rebuilding. So we talk to the key people behind that. And this weekend, the Sunshine Football Academy have a wonderful fun day that you could participate with. I have a couple of the players and one of their key personnel to tell you all about it. Now, in August, a wonderful lady is heading to Argentina to be a part of the World Transplant Games, and I'm joined by Sara Ford. Welcome, Sara.
Thank you.
Argentina, very wonderful indeed. What a fantastic location for the Games.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Now, Sara, you're a bit of an old hat though, aren't you, at these World Transplant Games?
Yeah, my first Australia Games was in 1990. They're held every second year, and on alternate years they hold the world ones, which I'm quite addicted to as well.
Addicted to, I love that. Now, for those of us that don't know about it, World Transplant Games is very much alive and well, but the story behind each of those athletes is quite sad in some cases,
yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah.
So tell us about your story and how you are able to participate in them.
Basically, I started with it when at the age of 13 I was diagnosed with kidney reflux, which meant going on a dialysis machine 3 times a week. I had my first transplant in 1990. I've been very lucky. I've been able to be given a donation 3 times. 94 was my second one. I've been on dialysis in between, and 2003 was the most recent one.
Unbelievable. Tell us about the donor process though, because a lot of us wouldn't realise that on our licence we can obviously put donor if we wish, but the family can actually go against that decision, can't they?
At the moment in New Zealand, even though you have donor on your licence, your family, it just takes one member of your family to go say no, they can't do it, and they actually can't take your organs for donation.
Wow. And as you've said, they're very special, the families
definitely,
that do that and give back.
I mean, what I told you in my email, up until probably, I think it was about 2 years ago, Jo, a friend of mine, lost her partner in Christchurch, and he ended up being an organ donor because of knowing me and what I went through. I actually didn't understand fully what the donor family goes through. I mean, to us, we do thank our donors, but like we go into hospital, we get the organ and then that's it. We go home, maybe write them a letter like I have, and you don't actually see the heartache and the loss that the family go through. And I still remember my friend Jo saying to me that, and I could see it, she loved Sean, but she loved that he was a donor to 6 people, I think. She wanted them back. All she wanted was her part. And I get that. It must be really hard knowing that, yeah, your partners help people, but they'll never walk back in the door or never be there or, yeah.
But they live on in so many different lives.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And I mean, I've always written to my donors, but my last donor, his mother actually sent me a letter when he was still in ICU, and we get the opportunity of getting that through our organ donor system. Nobody knows who they are or that, but yeah, that hangs on my wall every day, and yeah, just reminds me how lucky I am to have that chance.
I love your attitude, and that'll be definitely one of the reasons why you're going to the games in Argentina.
Definitely, yeah.
But the boring side of it is you need money. You need resources to go away. You just can't grab your suitcase and you're off. So you need to raise $6,000. You've raised around 2.5.
About
is that
2.5.
Right? 2.5.
Yeah.
So we need to help Sara. So no little or big donation will be, declined, will it? So to contact Sara, she has a very simple email address, saraford@clear.net.nz, and to the side of her she also has a beautiful painting that Ira Mitchell-Kirk, love that woman, she's always giving, and that will be on Trade Me, but you can contact Sara for details. Sweetheart, I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And your Tempin bowling and your petanque. You're amazing, okay? And thanks for sharing those special stories with us.
Thank you.
We wish you very well. Now, after the break, we're bending it like Beckham. I wish. But the Sunshine Football Academy join us in the studio.
Come on and do the blue beat, 'cause that's the dance to do.
I'm very apt for the blue beat there because we head to St Andrews with the beautiful blue uniform. Now, in the earthquake, the chapel was lost at St Andrews, but because of a fantastic board and the students and the families at St Andrews, the rebuild is happening now. We meet on location some of the key personnel that are making it happen.
The Memorial Chapel has been a huge part in the lives of all the students who've been through the college since 1955 when the chapel was officially opened. The then board decided that it was time to fundraise, and the significance of the chapel was actually around old boys who'd lost their lives in the war, in the Second World War, and also staff members who'd also lost their lives. And so there was a lot of emotion around the memorial aspect of the college. We have a new fundraising campaign selling 2,000 of the bricks. These bricks have been salvaged from the Memorial Chapel and have been incorporated into the memorial wall. And if we sell 2,000 of them, which there are, it will certainly raise the much needed funds for building our new chapel.
I'm an ex-professional soldier, and the memorial aspect is significant to me. When I came home in '65 after Conference RC, I was proud to come to the chapel wearing my medals and saying I'm part of that memory.
It's significant to rebuild the chapel because it's the spiritual centre or the spiritual heart of the college, and it links the past to the current.
The chapel is primarily a place of worship, but we also wanted a place that is going to be used regularly during the normal life of the school. So we envisage it being used for smaller assemblies, for special presentations. We have a lot of groups who come in the evenings, parent groups, so it's a place of gathering there. Obviously it will also be used, we're sure, extensively by old collegians.
I think it's really important that we have a chapel here at Stack because it's such a huge part of life at Stack. I think that the amount of people that it fits in the chapel is really important because it's definitely more of a kind of community feel, which I think is important.
We're a community to those outside our boundary walls. The particular parish that will be in there, it's St Giles and St Stephen's, and they're forming together to call themselves, I think, the Village Presbyterian. I think that partnership is wonderful, but also provides a place of worship for our community.
For an architect to be asked and to be involved in designing a church, a place of worship, is particularly special. The history of architecture, of course, is probably most identified with religious architecture.
I think the community will love it. Dare I say it, it's the earthquake gave us the opportunity to design it for purpose. It's bigger, it's voluminous, its acoustics will be first rate. It will have a lot of the features from the old chapel in it, including it'll be sympathetic to the shape of the old chapel. The bell tower will incorporate some of the bricks from the old chapel, the gargoyles. We're going to recycle doors.
The inclusion of the heritage items is a really special part of this project, and we really relished that task, and so we've made that quite central to the way in which we thought about building this and making this project. So we've organised those in a particular way and in a particular part of the chapel.
That they'll be remembered in that memorial wall, I think, adds a connection from the past also to the future. It continues to remember the lives that were lost at war, those that were part of our community, and that was why the Memorial Chapel was built.
It's almost rounded up the situation because the old Memorial Chapel was opened in 1955, and it's quite nice, I feel, for us to be here when the foundation stone is laid for the new one.
But it was special. And I remember the man who set this place in motion. He was an old gentleman. I thought, God, how old he was. And now I'm old. So there's all that history to me which is wrapped up in the chapel and Strone House. But the chapel is always my first thought.
Thank you for all the wonderful work and effort that has gone into preparing this place for our chapel. We lay the foundation stone today upon which will stand our new place of worship, a place where fellowship will be created, service inspired, memories made ever present, celebrations had, and most importantly, a place where our faith in you will be nurtured.
And that is the beautiful St Andrews. Now I'm going to do something. So here we go. Are you ready, Jeffrey?
Yeah,
no pressure, mate. Yeah. Oh, that was
Yes.
right. I promise you, I did it when the camera wasn't on. 10. Hey, big welcome to Jeffrey Taylor, who's my partner in crime there.
Yeah.
Ashby Denny.
Yes.
And the beautiful Kay Young, who's trustee for the Southwest Football Foundation. Welcome to you all. Now, a very special reason why you're here is you've got a fantastic fun day happening this week, Kay.
Yes, we've got a
That's
football.
on Sunday as well.
Yes.
Oh, good on you.
A family fun day on Sunday.
And that's all the places coming to play with us as well.
Oh, really? Now, Ashby, who is your favourite footballer?
Some of them, like the Ben Sigmund, is a very good player. Last 20
He's the Phoenix. He's from the Phoenix.
Phoenix play in Wellington.
Excellent. And how about you, Jeffrey?
Okay, the Persimmon football.
Yeah.
Persimmon win. Good. The football. Persimmon win.
Good on you. Very, very supportive. Now, Kate, let's break down the day. Where is it going to be held? So this Sunday, thank you, Ashby.
Yes,
It'll be a fun day.
That's correct. It's on May 17th, the Sunday, at the Hallswell Domain.
Right.
And it's in conjunction with the New Zealand Defence and the Christchurch Police and the Fire Service. So we're all going to play football together. So it'll be a lot of fun. We've got 4 teams, and so each of the either the fire service are in their own team and
Right.
the police, and then we've got 2 teams for the defence, and we've divided the Sunshine football players up between each of those 4 teams. And we've welcomed on board anyone else who wants to join in with us. So we'll have a series of football games.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So what is the real key for the day though, Kay?
The key for it all is about getting more football for these guys, so more games, and that's sort of what they lack. They've had plenty of practice, but we need a few more games. But we are using it as a fundraiser as well. So so there will be not only the games, but there'll be some police patrol cars there, and the Army Unimog vehicles will be there, and a fire truck. And at the beginning, we're going to start off with a police dog will be there with his handler, and they'll do a display for us. So that will be a nice way
wonderful
to start the day. Yeah.
So for Ashby, do you get nervous before a game?
Sometimes we do that as well.
Now, Ashby, I'm just going to tell you for a minute. When a lady's talking to you,
you
need to talk to her.
All right.
I know, it's tempting, love. You're looking at yourself in the telly. I do it every day, I know. But I want to hear from you. You've got gorgeous eyes. So, Ashby, do you get nerves or butterflies before you hit the field? Or?
Sometimes we get nervous as well. Sometimes we got nervous about we play one more game. So we sometimes in Sunshine football we just play those like a game we played possum hunters like that.
Oh really? Yeah. And how about you, Jeffrey? What's your favourite part of football? What do you love about football?
Oh, I love football. Next week, football. So me win. Yep.
Good on you. It's a great sport. I mean, it is very much international. I mean, these are wonderful though. They just love it, don't they? Getting out there and playing and being a part of a team.
Yes. They're such enthusiastic players, and we practice on a Monday evening. We're now indoors at Action Indoor Sports in Hornby.
Right.
From 4:30 to 5:30 every Monday evening, and these guys just love it. They can't wait to get there and not only do they play football, but there are other sort of fun activities that we do indoors as well, and that's what Ashby alluded to. Possum hunters is one of them, chasing their tails. So, no, it's a lot of fun for all of us, not just the players, but all the coaches.
So you don't play the manager role? You're not the Alex Ferguson, are you, or anything like that? The gaffer?
No,
anything like that?
No, I'm just...
You're too lovely.
Yeah. I'm always
Be
on the
careful,
side.
you're on the wrong side of Sir Alex Ferguson.
Yeah.
No. Okay, Jeffrey, no pressure, but we're going to do a little bit of football before we head to the break. So you show me some of your skills, buddy. What do we got here?
So skills here.
Okay, shall I stand up with you?
Yeah.
Okay, you wouldn't wear heels though in the football field, would you?
Oh,
right. Okay. Oh, I like that. Do you think I could do that?
Yeah.
Shall I try it?
Yeah.
Shall I do it in heels? Crikey, let's go. Okay, one up. There we go.
Well done.
That wasn't bad, was it?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, you throw it to me, Jeffrey, and thank you so much. You throw it here to me, darling. All the very best to you this weekend. You make sure you get those defence boys, the fire and the police and the army, and all the best to you in the trust. Remember that it is this Sunday, May 17th, happening between 11 and 3 at the Horsell Domain. Head along, it'll be a fun day for all of the family. Can I end it with this? We've got to do it. I've made a faux pas at the start, so let's go. And there we go. Yes! Owned it. Rightio, stay with us after the break. How can we bring Downton Abbey to modern day? Well, a local author has done just that.
She's out the window on the 12th day of September. Have you heard of that girl, Lorena Bobbitt? We all gonna meet her.
Now, joining me now, are you football mad or a fan? Do you like football? No?
Followed it. I'm not an expert.
No. Yeah, I know. I think it's a crazy sport, isn't it? I think it's the money that's all very, the whole levels of society, how much these footballers, they start at grassroots, they make so much money.
Yeah.
Downton
talking about footballers or rugby
just in
players?
general. This is it, and so many sports. But anyway, Downton Abbey has been a huge success. I think probably the creators didn't realise how big it would actually be. And funny enough, you've intertwined, it's sort of like you've got a modern day version, potentially, of Downton Abbey.
Well, it's a bit of a takeoff, really. To Hell with Poverty is a book that concerns my wife and I, being hired against all the odds, because we hadn't had experience, to run a English country house owned by a family that is extremely wealthy. a beautiful home. They rely on staff to do everything for them, to pick up and put down. And we decided we wanted to do that sort of work, to be the couple, to run the estate. All the agencies that employ domestic scientists like us said, hey, but you haven't had experience. Why are you coming to us? And we said, well, look, there's any number of articles in the British press at the time saying, how difficult it was to get good domestic staff for the hoi polloi.
Good help.
But if you can get Kiwis, grab them.
Oh.
So we said, we're here to be grabbed, but no one's grabbing. So what do we do? How do we get the experience? So anyway, we were taken on, and how we were taken on, and the rather humorous way in which we were taken on is charted in the book. And what followed, how we sort of worked for a couple, bringing a number 8 wire Kiwi mentality to aristocratic, generational ways of doing things, was like, I think that our employers thought that we were something like a travelling circus act once we got into it. But we soon realised too, of course, that our role was to look after not only our employers, but also to run a very successful household. We employed the domestic staff. We were the couple that ran the whole establishment. And how we jogged along with them, of course, was very important, because if you didn't have happy staff, you didn't have a happy household. But we were required to do just about anything you can think of. Long hours. We were curried favour with by people in the village who saw us as the gateway to the big house, that some of them had never ever been inside and thought that they would like to, and perhaps we were going to be the gateway for them. How we got along with the villagers and how they got along with us, and is charted in the book also. There were some very, very funny stories, believe you me, but there were some very stressful stories. I mean, pardon me, it was, it came with a lot of issues, staff problems, the couple that we replaced, when they were thrust out into the outside world of their own volition, I might say, they found it, I think, pretty difficult to get on, because they'd been cocooned in this magnificent home and its surroundings for so long.
And in a bubble of some
Absolutely,
sorts,
and they were sort of re-employed on a part-time basis because they were finding it difficult to get on in the outside world, so to speak. So that for us was a bit of a challenge too.
Very much so, mourning the loss probably.
Yeah, and but we had some exceedingly funny stories to
and
tell
these are all in
the book.
Hell with Poverty.
To Hell with Poverty. To Hell with Poverty actually is a quote. One of our domestic staff, Pansy by name, she was Irish, and she was a great drinker. And
it's not like Irish, is it?
Whenever she drank, and if she could get her hands on, the governor's plonk, it was always down the hatch. To hell with poverty.
I bet it was good stuff too.
Damn good stuff.
I bet it was damn good stuff.
Very expensive stuff.
Did you have to check in with the family though before?
Well, we lived on the job, and that was part of the attractions, because usually if you're employed to be the couple in a magnificent home, there's invariably a cottage or a gatehouse or a lodge of some description that goes with the job. We got the cottage and the car, and we were paid. And my wife ran the household. She was the one who set the ball in motion every day as to what went on. There was a diary, and she logged in with the diary and with Mr. and Mrs. Worlingham, who were our employers. I looked after the outside staff. We had 4 or 5 gardeners. The head gardener had been there for 40 years. And 6 months into our job, it's interesting, they took us down to the local pub one night, and unbeknown to us, they had arranged to have a catered little party. And he said to us, this was a thank you to us, because since we'd come along, the staff, had never ever been so well looked after. And we drew no distinctions between our employers and the staff. We treated everyone the same.
How fantastic. And we just had a little bit of a tease here from Rodney, but if you would like to read this book, it's available at all good booksellers.
Indeed it is, yes.
But we will have a copy to give away,
Absolutely.
so we'll give you details of that. Wonderful catching up with you. I love you're so descriptive. It's wonderful. It just engages so much. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now, tomorrow on the show, we have the Christchurch Casino. Dean Simmons is here, of course, about New Zealand Music Month, and the gorgeous Bruce Irvine from the Fires Service. Have a fantastic Thursday, and we'll do it all again tomorrow. See you.